Welcome to Ontyme Investment Solution. This is a family welfare and benevolence investment organization that creates opportunities for families, for friends, for relatives, but in a family setup. I want to introduce you to this initiative so that you can be able to know what we do and how it can be of help to you, and how you can be able to join us, and how you can be able to make an income for yourself in this initiative. So it's an initiative for the glory of God and not only as an income generating activity. So our objectives are: one, to make family fellowships. And in family fellowships, this will help us have income generating activities. It will help us have source of work. It will help us create job opportunities through the services that we are going to offer as an initiative. So we ensure that the welfare of the members is well catered for through crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. Crowdsourcing means that the family setup and the fellowships that we have formed are able to buy things in lump sum, then they distribute within themselves as a family. And then the crowdfunding is that when we want to do something, we bring our little resources that we have together, and then we do something together as a family setup. So the first step in this initiative is to form the family fellowships. Then the family fellowships are going to help in ensuring that the welfare, whereby we talk about the needs and the wants of these families, are met. Majorly, we are investing in the husband and the fathers in the family because they are the providers. So we have to ensure that as an initiative, the fathers have an income generating activity through us, and there are ways we are going to engage ourselves in that. So we are going to engage income generating activities through sales and marketing. We have products and services that we are offering, and these products and services are going to be a source of income to us and to those who are going to work with us. So all of us who are going to engage ourselves in, we are going to cost share equally all the profits that we get, because we are doing everything for the glory of God. Then we are going to engage ourselves in purchase and supplies. Purchase and supplies is buying what the family wants or the need that needs to be met. We come together, we buy, and then we are able to meet that. Then we can also supply. If a family has something that is selling, then we can be able to buy from them and supply it where there is a need. That is the purchase and supplies. Then the other thing we are going to invest in that is going to give us income generating activity is transport and communication. We are going to engage families in transport modalities. If you have a vehicle that you need it to be given work, we are going to provide work for that vehicle. And if you have some produce that you want to transport from somewhere to somewhere, we are going to engage you in that. So transport networks are going to be majorly from the family-based levels, whereby those who have resources that can be able to transport commodities and things that we are buying and selling, we are going to engage them in that. And then in communication, because we are growing world and technology is enhancing, so we are able to do technological advancement in our families. We are able to communicate, because even the business transactions we are going to engage ourselves in, we are going to do it technologically. So communication is going to be an essence that we are going to invest in. And then finally, the other aspect that we are going to engage ourselves in is project planning and management. What kind of projects are we going to engage ourselves in? In a family setup, people have land, and this land need to produce some produce, or it needs to be an income generating activity. So we are going to plan on how we are able to use that piece of land to be able to have projects on it, and then they will be able to produce produce for us to have income. Building and construction is another project whereby a family setup needs to have a house. We are going to also engage ourselves in the building and construction projects. We are also going to engage ourselves in equipments. We are going to engage ourselves in machinery. So all these are going to be basis whereby we are going to invest for projects that are going to sustain this industry. And the main goal of us is to see everyone happy in a family setup, so that the quarrels, the troubles within the family are able to be catered for, because the needs and wants of the families are met. And we are going to use some element of spirituality in it, because spirituality is what we are nurturing. If you are a believer in God, we know that, as the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18 tells us, that wealth, it is the ability of God that enables us to get wealth. God has blessed us with talents. He has given us gifts, and these are the ones we are going to engage when we are coming together as a family setup of God. So if you have a talent and you want to invest in that talent, we have an opportunity for you. We do production, video and audio production. We can invest in that talent. If you have a function, an event, we can do that coverage. Those are services that we are offering. If you have any computer related work, we can be able to do it for you. So we are going to engage everyone that's going to be on board, because we know that when we come together and become one family through the fellowship, then any need or want you will want to have or to meet, it is possible, because many of us will be able to offer the service that you want as a family. So our aim is using business as a ministry to others. We are using business as a ministry, and this is the ministry to the suffering, to the tempted, the less fortunate in the community and society. Those are the people majorly we are going to. And I want to use an illustration of the Bible study we've had severally, whereby a rich young man went to Jesus and asked him a question. Master, what can I be able to do so that I can be able to inherit the kingdom of heaven? This particular young man was given a response by Jesus to go and do as the commandments say. As he looked at the commandments, he told Jesus that I have known this commandment since I was young. But Jesus asked him a question. Do you really want to be perfect? The young man said, yes, I want to be perfect. Then he was told, there is only one thing you can do. Go and sell all your possessions and give it to the poor and to the needy. When this guy tried to look at what he had, it became very difficult for him to go and sell and share it to the poor and to the needy. And he went away sad. And from that particular moment, it became even to the disciples very hard to say that if that is what it involves to get to heaven, then really very few people can get to heaven. But from the Bible study we've had, this context, I want to bring to you a lesson. This young man was blessed by God with an idea. He was blessed by God with means and ways to be able to make this wealth. And what he was supposed to do, he was supposed to sell this idea, these means and ways, to the poor and to the needy, so that they can come out of poverty. But he was not willing to share the secret of business. And that's why we are coming up with this idea to share the secret of business to the poor, to the needy, so that they can be able to see that indeed God has blessed us for each other. He has not blessed one person and left the other. So we are coming and using business as a means so that all of us can be pure and acceptable before the presence of God. Our vision is to ensure that members find their happiness in the family through the happiness of those whom they help and bless through serving, whereby we are able to serve the families, teach them. We are able to teach you how are you going to make an income. Then encourage you. We encourage you to invest in the talents, in the gift that you have, and then give generously. We are going to give generously because that is part of life. Giving is part of life. Then lead diligently. We are going to lead this industry of business, this sector of business diligently, and then we are going to show mercy cheerfully. We are going to show mercy to those who are in poverty. We are going to show mercy to the poor and to the needy, and we are going to do it cheerfully. That's why we are investing in a family setup. So the family is our base of investment. We are bringing families together. they invest the resources they have together, they benefit from the resources that they have together, and then happiness is going to exist in that family. Our mission as an initiative is using human instrumentality. Using human. We are going to bring human beings together. That's our human instrumentality. Then cooperating with the divine to subordinate the Holy Spirit, and all to be combined in giving the world the good tidings of the grace of God. So it is us human coming together in fellowship. From the fellowship, we involve God in our initiative to take care of our welfare. And after we have taken care of our welfare, then we are able to give the world what it needs, and that is the grace of God. That is our mission as an initiative. So, this mission, this vision, this aim, and these objectives are driven by this motto, that do what we can, and God will increase our ability. So we are going to do what we can and allow God to increase our ability. So, I've just given an introduction of what this initiative is all about. Then I'm going to be able to explain to you about our services that we are going to offer as an initiative. So when we talk about the services we are going to offer, somebody might think, now, how do I bring an income from these particular things that we are talking about here? So our mandate as an organization is to bring families fellowship together for investment purposes. So we want families to invest in the resources, in the skills, in the knowledge, in the financials that they have. So, one, we are going to engage ourselves in sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is the major thing we are going to invest in because it creates opportunity for everyone. How? If I have something that I'm selling and I want to know where am I going to sell it, I will share what I have with this initiative. They will look for market, then my product or my produce will be sold and I will have an income. If I want to buy something that I really want and need, this initiative will be able to look for me. Where can I find that thing? Then I will be informed how much does it cost, and then I will purchase, it will be delivered to me. So if I have a service that I'm offering and I'm looking for customers, the family setup are already customers. So whatever I have, I'm able to share with the families that are in my fellowship, and they will be able to give me an income from what I have. So some of the services that we are going to sell include computer-related services and trainings. We are going to do anything related to computer we are able to do and produce. Then we are also going to train people on how to use various softwares, how to develop them, how to be able to make everything possible using computers. Then all online and digital devices and services are going to be available. Then video production, we are going to do it. Music and audio production, we are going to do it. Media advertising services, we are going to do them. Music programming, if you have a music you want to record, you can take your phone, record it, send it to us, we will edit and do everything to it from wherever you are. So we are able to program your music. Then printing services, if you have printing services, for example, we have printed our guide here, which talks about these investments, we are able to do it for you. Then graphic design, if you want to do anything that is graphical, we are able to offer that service. Photography sessions, you have a function, an event that want to be done, coverage, we are able to do that. You have the data entry work, we are going to do it. Customers, you need customers, we are going to provide customers for you. If you have a product that you are selling, we will share with our fellowship families and they will be able to be customers to you. Then we are able to make marketing. We are going to market your produce with our initiative, and also we are going to make public speaking We speak about your product and your produce, and we are able to encourage people on how they can be able to benefit from your product or produce that you have. Those are what we are majorly going to engage in, and other services that our members will bring on board to be able to meet the need of sales and marketing. So this sales and marketing will give us an income, will give an income to the families, and they will be able to know what do we have to sell, where is the market, and what can they do. Then in purchasing and supplies, we have accessories, computer accessories that are needed. We can be able to purchase and supply them. Then we have machineries that will be needed for production. We'll have things that are household, things that will be needed in the home. We'll be able to purchase and supply them. Then we'll be able to take care of the accounts of what is purchased and how is delivered, manage that process very well. Then we'll be able to also purchase and supply the needs for the welfare, anything that can do the welfare of the family. Then we are going to crowdsource as a team. If this produce, we are going to buy them in sacks and then distribute to families. Then they can be able to get the shares they want as a family. Then food products and both farm and animals. Then we are going also to purchase and supply clothing and textile materials. So if you have a shop that deals with the textile and clothing, we are going to purchase and supply them to you. Then building and construction materials. If you have a project that you want to build and you don't know where you're going to get materials from, we are going to tell you where you're going to get materials from, because when we come up as a family setup, resources are easily found. Then literature and educational materials are also things that can be able to be purchased and supplied to wherever you are. Then we can be able to engage our transport and communication sector after we have purchased and we need to supply. So in transport, because we majorly deal with the glory and honor of God, there are missions that need people to go there. There are missions that need to be planned and organized. So our transport and communication sector will also deal with evangelism, because if you are going to do anything that is giving God glory and honor, we'll organize and ensure that whatever mission you have is evangelized in whatever place. Then drivers also and driving services are available. Within our family setups and fellowships, we have drivers. You can hire them. They can give you opportunity to use their vehicles so that you can be able to deliver the services you want. We also have family members who will be able to have vehicles, and you can also do car hire from them. You can hire vehicles from them, and they can be able to help you reach wherever you want to reach. Finally, on the project planning and management, the kind of services that we deal with, we are going to plan and teach people skills and knowledge pertaining any sector that we are investing in. That's a project. We are going to train people on how they can play the musical instruments like the keyboards. We are going to train people on how they can be able to produce computer softwares and install them. And then planning and management of anything that involves planning. You have an idea that wants to be planned and implemented, we welcome you to come on board. Bring the idea. We will plan and manage it for you and see that it has brought fruits for you. Then preaching services, we can also plan them. If you have a crusade, you have an effort, you have a community outreach, we can be able to plan and manage it for you, because that is for the glory and honor of God. And we can also do guidance and counseling. We plan and manage guidance and counseling sessions for those who want to be guided and counseled on matters of morality, matters of spirituality. We are also going to do motivational talks. Maybe you have been discouraged, you've tried severally in life, but you have not managed to do anything that you want to do. Then we are going to be motivation to you. Then we are going to also do economic empowerment projects. If you have land is a factor of production, we are going to be able to plan and manage that particular piece of land for you. If you want to do a construction, we are going to plan and manage that one for you. If you want to invest in it, you have houses that you want agents to be able to take care of it. All those services we're going to provide under project planning and management. So we'll plan and manage your project as part of us, so that the income we get, we all benefit from it. Then if you have also construction that has already needs a market, we're going to provide market for you. through the family setups that we are going to form. Then we are going to be able to have benevolence. And this benevolence, we are going to look at the following sectors. One, we look at the nuclear family who have formed the fellowship. Next, we look at the parents of this nuclear family. Then next, we'll be able to look at the brothers and sisters of this nuclear family. Then we'll go to the aunts and uncles. We'll go to the relatives, as long as he has registered them with us and we are able to do business with them. We are able to coordinate. Then the benevolent sector is going to benefit everyone who is on board. Finally, we are going to do administrative planning and management, whereby matters dealing with virtual assistant, transcribing, translation, crowdfunding, agency services, and property management. Those are administrative projects that we are going to conduct. And then functions and events, and then the loanings of saving and giving, and also agricultural-based consultancy and services. All those we are going to plan. Finally, in the sector of planning and management, we are going to finish with the farm manager. We are going to manage your farms. We will have visiting agronomists, and then we will have saving and the investment part of it, because this is an investment initiative. And all these are going to help us invest in fellowships. So, number one benefit you get is that you will have a fellowship. This fellowship will enrich your welfare. Your welfare will enrich your evangelism. Your evangelism will enrich your benevolence. Those are the 4 building blocks of this initiative that is going to help our society to be able to live the life that God has given us here on earth, peacefully and happily. On the spiritual side, we are going to invest in. The fellowships are going to enrich our spirituality. The welfares are going to enrich our physical needs. The evangelism is going to enrich our emotional needs. And benevolence is going to enrich our well-being as a society. So I welcome you to invest with us and be able to give God glory and honor in business. Feel free to follow the links that we share and be able to join us, and also invite your friends, invite your families, invite your relatives, and everyone who is for the good and for the glory of God. May God bless you.